Okay, chapter 4. This chapter is about personality and value. So, this chapter is basically, if you refer to textbook, it will be divided into two parts. First part is talking about personality. Second part is talking about value. So, we will start with personality. So, personality is actually the way we describe the characteristics or the traits of ourselves, the way we think, the way we act. So, when we describe our behavior or the way we think, the way we act, we use some adjective. So, for example, we are friendly, we are lazy, we are clever. All those are adjectives. So, adjective, there are many adjectives. According to the research, they found out about more than 600 distinct adjectives. So these adjectives are used to describe the way we think, the way we act, or our personality. So research has there are many research have been done. So research try to narrow down this kind of adjective to describe which personality we belong to based on the adjective that we associate with. For example, if you are friendly, if most of the time you are friendly, most of the occasions situation you are friendly, then your personality is friendly. But if sometimes you are friendly, the other time you are not really friendly, but overall if you are not friendly, that's mean your personality is not, it's considered unfriendly. So that's how we determine our personality. So it's mentioned here, the definition of personality is a dynamic concept. That means it's moving, is kind of functional. So it's describing the growth and the development of our whole psychological system. So when we talk about psychology, we talk about the influence of mental, of mind, of feeling and so on that involve in our behavior. So how we measure our personality, that's mean how do we determine which personality types we are belong to, or we are in which group of personality type. So in order to determine which part of personality you consider you belong to, we normally researcher use a self-report survey. So self-report survey is kind of questionnaire that been given some question, you answer the question. The question may ask you about the scenario, about you anything that related to the personality. So when you answer it, the person who administered the questionnaire will know, when they do the analysis, data analysis and so on, they will determine whether you belong to a certain type of personality. So based on self-report survey, that means you answer the survey, if your answer consistent most of the time, for example, when the question asks about something and then about, for example, friendly, whether you are friendly or not. If most of the time your answer is indicating that you are friendly, then your personality is considered as a friendly person. But if most of the time you are friendly, but some other time you are not friendly, you still be considered as a friendly person, because they look at the majority of the time, whether, or majority of the occasion, whether your personality is consistent or not. If the trait of personality that you consistent, that you are consistent, for example, if you are aggressive, if you are aggressive most of the time, then you are belong to this kind of personality. But if you are aggressive certain time when someone provoke you, but at the other time you are friendly, so at the majority of the time, if you belong to friendly kind of personality, then belong to the friendly types of traits, then you are belong to friendly personality and so on. So the other question is whether personality is influenced by our genetic or by the environment, by the influence, by the learning outside that we may come across. So according to research, our personality are influenced by both heredity or genetics and also environment. So even though it says here, if your personality is determined by heredity, that means genetic. So normally genetic is stable, it's not changes. So it's always static, it's not change. But when it comes to personality, is influenced. Our personality may be influenced by the genetic, may be influenced by the environment. Even though we have our personality is influenced by the genetics or heredity, our personality is also changeable. will be changeable, because maybe when we were a child, maybe we are so quiet, maybe we our heredity types in terms of personality may be obvious, but when you grow up a little bit, when you come to the age of adolescence and adults, your personality may be changed slightly, or maybe change because you are now influenced by the environments or by the learning, by the exposure outside. So your personality is not static. It may change, it may not change, but it depend on the heredity and also depend on the environment. If you do not have much environment, or you do not mingle around, maybe your personality will be stable, I mean will be the same from childhood to the old age, for example. So here is considered personality in general is enduring. When we talk about enduring, that means stable over time. So stable over time. So from if you, for example, if people said you are friendly or you are extraversions. Extraversion mean you are talkative, you are sociable. If you are, people say that you are extraversions, that means this personality is enduring, it's not easy to change. So it's stable throughout your life, even though it will change according to the statement here. It says it's changeable, but normally personality, when we talk about personality, we talk about enduring personality. That means stable. If you are lazy, you will be lazy. You will be lazy most of the time. If you are aggressive, you'll be more aggressive most of the time. So that's why it's said enduring, because it's a stable personality. Your personality can normally, when we talk about personality, it's not like in the morning you are this person, at night you are this person. If you have this kind of fluctuates kind of personality, you belong to the personality disorder, because there are some people who have multiple personalities. So those who have multiple personalities, they experience some disorder in terms of psychology or in terms of personality. That's considered under psycho crazy psychopath people. So normally normal people, they have stable type of personality. If they are ambitious, they're normally ambitious throughout their life. They not change. Maybe there are some time that they have up and down in their life, but most of the time when we talk about personality, we talk about enduring. That means stable across our life. So if someone exhibit these characteristics, in most of the time they are stable. That's why they say it's enduring. So there are many type of personality. For example, in the textbook and also in the organization, normally they use there are different types of of personality type. For example, MBTI or Big Five personality model. Normally in management, we tend to use Big Five personality because this is more practical. So for MBTI, they measure based on the four elements: extroverts versus introvert. You can belong to either, or you cannot belong to both. For example, you either belongs to extroverts or intro either or extrovert. You cannot belong to introvert, either you belong to one of these. Sensing or intuitive, thinking or feeling, perceiving or judging. So the research summarized that if your personality belong to intro mean you are shy, you tend to reserve. Extrovert, you are talkative, sociable, you are friendly, those kind of thing. Sensing, intuition. Sensing, you're using more your senses. That means you're using more something that's objective, practical. Intuitive, you tend to use your gut reactions or your feeling. So if you belong to introvert, if your personality is introvert, N intuitive, T thinking, and J judging, you are considered as a visionary kind of personality. If you are extrovert, that means talkative, and then sensing, that means using your senses, and then thinking more than feeling, and then you have J judging. So you consider your personality is organizer. So organizer, you tend to be organized, responsible kind of personality. You're not really messy because you don't like your life become messy. So you are organized. If to know whether this person belong to organized kind of personality or not, look at their room. If their room are clean, everything's in order and so on, that's person considered as an organizer. And so on. This ENTPs, if this person consists of personality, extroverts, sensing and thinking and perceiving, this kind of personality, researcher or scholars summarize as a conceptualizers. So these big five personalities very famous in management. So consists of, that's why they say big five, because it's consists of five elements: openness, experience, conscientiousness, extraversion versus introversion, agreeableness, emotional stability. So all these are five elements. So that's why management call it big five model or by big five personality model. So emotional stability is referring to the emotion. Their emotion are stable, so they have less thinking, less negative thinking, not less thinking, but they have less negative thinking, less moody, less emotional problem, and so on. Extraversion, they are talkative, they have better interpersonal skill because they know how to talk to people, they are not really shy, they also sociable, they can be able to go to the stage and talk on the spot. Openness, they are more openness in terms of experience, in terms of learning, they like to learn more, they like to explore more, and so on. Agreeableness, they are better liked because they always agree, compromise with others. They do not like to provoke, they do not like to be in conflicts, so they are agreeable. It's like they just say yes, yes all the time. And conscientiousness, they are more organized, they are more responsible, so they are also more disciplined, more planning. So management like or management associate emotional stability as someone who are emotionally are not prone to negative thinking or to pessimistic. So they will have high job satisfactions, less stress, and be able to adapt to change easily. Extraversion, because they are talkative, sociable, know how to talk to others, so the performance also will tend to be high, and so on. And also in terms of openness, because they are their personality, they like challenging, they are open to experience, and so on, so they prefer to have more challenging trainings, more challenging tasks, so this is good for the organizations. Agreeableness, sometimes in order to avoid conflicts, then it is important to be to have this kind of agreeableness, because this will lead to less deviant behavior, less conflict, and so on. Conscientiousness, among all these five personality, conscientiousness is the most desirable, or is more desired by the organization, because if you are conscientious, you are organized, you are hardworking, you are diligent, and so on, this will lead to higher performance, enhanced leadership, and so on. So this is the characteristic that most organization or managers is looking for. So there are also dark type of personality trait, because the other this big five personality and MBTI is a positive type of personality. Now we are moving into some element of negative type of personality. We call it dark triad. Dark triad because they consist of three dark personality: materialism, narcissism, and also psychopath. Materialism is the person that have this, normally they are more what we call it, they are more pragmatics, they only talk about the practical thing, so they do not concern about the emotions. If you are feeling low or feeling bad, they don't consider your feeling emotions, so they just, for them, the end, I mean the outcome is more important. Doesn't matter what means or how to achieve the outcome. So this is not good because they don't consider the way to achieve the outcome. It is important to consider the mean and also the end. The mean must be good. The way to achieve the outcome must be good, must be legal, must be ethical. If Machiavellism didn't care whether the way to achieve the outcome is illegal or unethical. So for them, they maintain emotional distance. They do not want to consider if you have any problem with your life, it's not their problem. So that's Machiavellism. Narcissism is someone who consider as arrogant, only think about themselves. excessive admiration about themselves, sense of entitlement. So this is not good also, because they didn't care about other feelings.